censorship. Okay, it is Ready Made 464 here. I wanted to talk to you guys about a deal that not a deal, but something that's been on my mind, and that's censorship in music. Now, when it comes down to it, censorship in music is very important. Any song will do, but when does a song that's explicit, pass the line, of music, and should it really have a parental warning on it? I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot of feelings toward this in my thing. The band I'm going to reference a lot is one of my favorites, Green Day. Got a crap ton of Green Day. Green Day. Anyway, I wanted to reference Green Day because I am a big fan of Green Day. So when I heard of Green Day's second album, I think, Dookie, this blew my mind. I heard these songs like Basket Case, Welcome to Paradise, Pulling Teeth, Longview, Burnout, Having a Blast, Chump. These songs are amazing. When you really get down to it, they are pretty, I wouldn't say risque, but they're very rude. So I dug deeper. Maybe this was their beginnings, and it's still their beginnings, so maybe they could do more with what they have, and maybe as they mature, maybe they will kind of go the route of getting mature. And it looks like that when I got this album, Warning. It's still in its box, but it's actually been used. That's how you don't care for your CDs. Anyway, it really got to be like, oh yeah, this is a good album. This is also a really good album, but I don't hear the swears. Very interesting. Seeing this is a little bit later in their career, maybe so. Maybe they're just done with that. Yeah, there's stuff like the song Blood, Sex, and Booze. Come on, Sex and Booze. That's 2 parts of rock and roll right there. There's a song called Jackass. Minorities. Just, come on, Minority. There's a lot of songs that just have these, like, down feelings to them. And, as on Dookie, or at least on the iTunes version, it is censored. It's not censored, but it does have that explicit warning on it. My copy apparently doesn't. But this album, it still has a lot of swears, does not get it. So, keep going through your library. This is kind of out of chronological, but it's not in chronological order here. We're not doing a detailed history. So, what else? Okay, I go to Guitar Center and I see this. This is Green Day, awesome as F word. I'm not gonna give a crap about saying it. But I see the back of it first. Oh yeah, it says 21st century, it's the 21st century breakdown tour, basically. And it comes with a DVD. Awesome! I want to have a Green Day DVD so I can watch DVDs of Green Day. I see the front cover, looking around at it. It's decent. Awesome as F word. It just appears to me. I'm like, wow, that's it's not good. I bought the thing anyway, but on the back, this one literally has this huge-ass parental advisory on it. I mean, look at that. That thing's huge. So, I buy the album, Later on, I'm at FYE. I find Nimrod. What a great album. I look at it, it's nothing. Nothing. There's no swears. There's no things saying, oh, this, you can't listen to this because it's gonna do whatever. Then I listened to the song, the 14th or 16th song, King for a Day. And it's talking about Billy Joe Armstrong dressing up in a bra that his mother wore and pantyhose. How is that not censorship? And I really wanted to go real quickly with their newer album, Dose. And this one literally has a parental advisory, because there's a song on it called F Time. F word time. This is... I don't know what to say. This is like... And you listen to the song, it's like... What the... Literally, what the F? I wanted to point this out because someone... As the person who watches the Needle Drop Show, YouTube, I really do listen to his talks and what he says. And this was one of the topics on parental discretion, just overall, should it be looked at. And he brought up a good point of rap music or hip-hop music being violent and it's gonna get your kids and all this stuff. Here's my take on that. Hell no, it's not going to get your kid into it. As a teenager, and, you know, it's not, from my point of view, it's not going to affect one person. Maybe it affected me in some way. Maybe I started saying hell, you know, that's, you know. But you notice that everyone's doing that, so it's not big of a deal. You know, people on TV are doing it, so you can't solely blame music for this. If anything, this goes back a while. Actually, in the music history, this discretion has always been there. Not the little logo, but the fear of this getting into your kids. And behind me, you can see this green time capsule, I like to call it, known as the Beetle Cabinet. I'd never open it, but I'll show you it. There you go. Let's look at it. You can see there's a lot of Beetle shit in there. We'll go through it another day. But I wanted to sit in front of the Beetle thing because the Beatles were very different back in their day. I'm not saying they were bad. It was just the parents didn't want them listening to Satan's music, and if you hear it backwards, it says worship Satan. I don't know. But you know what? It's parents. You know, if you're a kid watching this, or a teenager even watching this, you know that this stuff is pretty tame. You know this stuff back there, that's tame. That's stuff that's not gonna ever kill somebody, or it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna be something you listen to, and that's what I think music is. It doesn't matter if it has that swear word in it. Same thing goes for people like the Rolling Stones, who I actually have nothing of. Yeah, I have CDs, but that's about it. Gimme Shelter, one of the greatest rock songs of all time. A lot of people miss that they talk about rape and murder in this song. Yet this is the cherished song. Like, do not touch this song ever unless you want to be beat into a pulp. Like, oh my god, this song's the best. It has that iconic guitar distortion. It has all that singer in the background going, rape, murder. It's just a great song. But if you talk about the subject matter, that's totally gone. You're done. You cannot talk about that. And that also goes to stuff like schools banning, you cannot listen to Rolling Stones because, you know, they talk about rape and murder. See, that's where I get, not pissed, but I get different issues from it. Honestly, it's very different for me to hear a song like Help from the Beatles, where it's just like, help, I need somebody, help, just anybody, help. You know, where it's just kind of a team, fun song. Well, at that same time, you're getting songs like give me shelter. And this is just like, they're talking about rape, they're talking about murder, they're talking about injustice in the streets, they're talking about the ghetto, basically. I hate to say that. But they're talking about all this crazy stuff. And it's just, how did this not get censored? And stuff like Green Day, even their tame albums aren't that bad. Okay, maybe they say one or two F words. Who gives... If you're going to listen to an EP of Green Day, you're not going to hear much. In fact, it's gone so far on iTunes where you just kind of go on there and it tells you, oh, you have to be over this age to listen to the music. That's totally fine. In that case, I'm totally fine with it. But it goes to a video also that I've seen a short while back about video games. And this kid really liked, I think it was like Halo or Call of Duty. I don't care. I play it, but I don't care. Not a good fan. I'm not a good player, but anyway, he gets his whole gamer score up, and then the parents are like, "Oh, you're still living out of your basement." They get the games, put them in the lawn, get one of those ride-along lawnmowers, and go over it. The kid's going crazy because he doesn't know what the heck his parents are doing. Back in the day, if one person said, like John Lennon, if he said God in anything other than CDs, he's screwed. There was a whole case on that anyway, which we all know about it. If you're a Beatle fan, we all know that he said this. And then it turns out to be misinterpreted. But, you know, parents are getting too upset with music, where it's like, okay, they're talking about bad things. I'm not saying that there's bad music out there. There certainly is bad music. If I learned one thing from listening to Eminem once or twice, it's that music can go horribly wrong and just teach you bad things. But as it goes, I guess, in history, people are just taking it too far. So far as to even saying, okay, look, our pop hits are like One Direction and Katy Perry. And even to that, that's really tame. There's a little black parental advisory. They at least say, like, hell. Or maybe on a rare occurrence, they'll say the S word, shit. But you know what? That is so tame, it doesn't need an actual, parental advisory. And that's when I get back to this album, Nimrod. This album has a ton of crap on it. And it's got like, oh yeah, King for a Day. I wear a leather thong in, everything in a bra. Oh yeah, that's not going to be censored. That's not going to be censored. It's not going to have a parental advisory. But yet, this stuff today is getting parental advisory when they're saying hell or shit. And that perplexes me to a whole other level. But that's, to me, what this whole ramble is about. We're talking just about classic rock. And honestly, it's getting worse by the moment. Countries back then, like, if you listen to Pink Floyd, Never Breaking the Wall, Part 2, and, like, Africa, you cannot listen to that song. It's horrible for your thing. But, that's just where we've come to in music. So far as releasing tame versions, like radio edits and stuff like that, to your radio station. That is not cool. So overall, this is my consensus on censorship in music. It's okay if it has a Green Day amount of swearing in it. Like every moment there's a swear word, like Longview. But it's not okay if it's just 2 words on the whole album or the whole single. You know what? That's not cool, because you're eliminating the parents who don't want anybody to listen to this album because it's going to bring death and destruction to our family. It's not. Honestly, if you're a parent even watching this, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to listen to your kids to have your kids listen to this music. They are growing up anyway. And that's where I kind of stand on it. If it's going to be a lot, yes, don't put all of it in their face. Maybe just a little. But anyway, thanks for listening to my ramble. It's been a while since I've actually... I don't think I ever talked on this channel about, like, a topic. This has been my first time. But I'm sorry it's 15 minutes and going, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.